Welcome to LeetCode, and today in this video we will discuss LeetCode question 2531 that says make number of distinct characters equal. So here you are given two words, word 1 and word 2, and you are asked to swap two characters. Means a character from word 1 with a character from word 2, and you need to swap the characters in such a way that it will make number of distinct characters in word 1 equal to number of distinct characters in word 2, and if it is not possible then return false. So now let's look at the first test case. So here you are given character A and C in word 1 and only B in word 2. So whatever you do, if you swap B with A or B with C, the number of distinct characters in word 1 will always be 2, whereas number of distinct characters in word 2 will always be 1. Here in the second test case, if you we are given ABCC in word 1 and AAB in word 2. So here word 1 has 3 distinct characters, whereas word 2 has only 2 distinct characters. So if you swap C with this A, then here it will be ABCA, and here it will be CAB. So that will make 3 distinct characters in word 2 as well. So we return true. And further in test case 3, we are given 5 characters ABCD in word 1 and FGHIJ in word 2. So here if you can swap any characters of word 2 with word 1, and the answer will remain the same, that is total number of distinct characters here is 5 and here is also 5. So whatever swaps you do, it won't change our answer, so we return true. Okay, so let's take a look at more examples. So let us say that A, B, C, C, D and D, E, E, F, G. Okay, so this type of words you are given. You try to here the number of distinct characters are A, B, C, D, 4. Here the number of distinct characters are 4. So what you can do here, you can swap any of the D's. You can swap this D with this D. You did one swap, then to around and after that swap, the number of distinct characters won't change. So we return true here. Let us take one another example like A, and let's say B. So think of it, what would be the answer here? So here the number of distinct characters are 1. The number of distinct characters here is also 1. So at first sight you might think that by one swap this will return true, but no, because we need to perform at least and at max one swap. So after performing swap, this will be either AB or BA. So the number of distinct characters here will become 2, whereas here it will be A. So here the distinct characters will become 1. So in this case our answer will be false. Whatever swap you do, you won't be able to make number of distinct characters equal. So I hope you got some of the idea of this question, and so now let's think of how we would solve this question. If I say that you have, let's say, these characters A, B, I actually, let me say that try to swap all these characters, means try to swap all the characters of word 1 with word 2 by taking 2 for loops. But you might be thinking this is like a brute force approach, and also the length of word 1 is 10^5. So at you will tell that 10^5 into 10^5. So this will give us TLing. Okay, so if you try to make all the combination by swapping the word character of word 2 with word 1, then it will give us TLing. Any other better approach for this? So one thing to note here is in this same above example that if you swap B with this A or B with this A, means both the A are same, like it doesn't matter if you swap the character with whichever A. So this boils down to 26 characters. So instead of checking each of the characters of a word, we will only check the alphabet A to Z and try to swap that. So instead of this 10^5 into 10^5 time complexity, we would reduce it to 26 into 26. So that means our first for loop will run from A to Z for word 1. Second for loop will run from also A to Z for word 2. And we try to swap it. And if on swapping, the distinct characters in word 1 equals to distinct characters in word 2, we will return true. Okay. So here we are only traversing for 26 characters. our time complexity is reduced to huge, and this won't give us time limit exceeded error. So I hope you got the approach to solve this question. As you see yourself, it doesn't matter if you swap B with this A or this A. Similarly, it means whatever A or whatever character you take, it duplicate doesn't matter. Swapping it with duplicates. So we just check if it's there in the word one. If that character is there in word two, yeah, then we try to swap it. This is as simple as this. And further, we will use map data structure because one reason is we can get the frequency, and another reason is number of distinct characters. So map dot size will give us number of distinct characters in that word. So based on these two reasons, we will use map to solve our problem efficiently. Okay, so now let's move on to the coding part here. As I said, let us take two map. I am taking unordered map because there is no need for ordering. Let me name it as U1. Let me take it U2. And we are just increasing the frequency here. Okay, now we are just traversing for all the characters to 26, from 0 to 26 with two for loops. So our first character C1 is I plus A, just to convert it into character, is equal to J plus A. Okay, now if U1 of C1 is greater than 0 and U2 of C2 is greater than 0, then what we would do, then we would perform something. This is means we are now trying to swap both these characters from word 1 and word 2. So on swapping, first what we would do is we would remove that character from word 1, and similarly we would do from word 2. Also we would check that if U1 of C1 equals to 0, then we would simply do U1 dot erase C1. And similarly, if U2 of C2 equals to 0, then U2 dot erase C2. This is because that we are taking we will take U1 dot size to find number of distinct characters, right? And let's say U1 of if U1 of, let's say, character C is equals to 0, then it will add one increment in U1 dot size, so it will affect U1 dot size. So we have to just erase it, so we will get perfect answer, right? And after that we will try to swap that U1 of C2 plus plus and U2 of C1 plus plus. So this is swap we have performed. Now if U1 dot size equals to U2 dot size, so this is number of distinct elements in U1 and U2, then we will return true. If this is not the case, then we would again iterate to check for another characters and swap them. But before that, one thing we have to do is we have to again do U1 of C2 minus minus and U2 of C1 minus 1. That means we have so here we just again swap them, so to or you can say we have removed them because we didn't get the answer here, and we removed to the original state. Again we have to check for if U1 of C2 equals to 0, then U2, so U1 dot erase C2, and similarly U2 of character 1, then we are erasing from that second also. And also one thing remaining here is we have to again increment the frequency, this the original frequency, right, that we reduce here, and U2 of C2 plus plus. Okay, so let me just brief you out once. First we remove both the characters from their particular word, then we try to swap them. If we get appropriate answer, then we return true. If we won't, then we again remove the newly added characters and added the old characters to maintain the original state, right? And in the end, I will just try to return false. Let me try to run this now. Okay, so there is some issue. Okay, so instead of trying to do is, we will take dot count, uh, and here also count. C2. Now let us try to run this. Okay, so I will explain it here. What happened is here, so our code got accepted. So let me what mistake we did here. If we check u1 of c1 greater than 0, that means if u1 of c1 u1 dot find c1 c1 equals to u1 dot n, means if that character was not present, then what the previous if condition did, it incremented, means it added that character and made it frequency 0. So it affected here when the size, so it affected here, and we just didn't got our answer. So in that situation, to prevent that, just always you try to use count or find like this whenever you are trying to use size. So that's a bit catch here. So overall, I hope you guys understood the question as well as the solution, why we are iterating only for 26 characters, uh, as it doesn't matter if we swap with the duplicate characters. So I hope you guys understood the question as well as the solution. So that's all for this video. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.